So we are headed this morning to pick up our new Jon boat. For a little bit I've been in the market for a different boat, another boat for us to use. We have a Hells Bay skiff and we've got a Tidewater Bay boat, but as Larkin has kind of gotten into duck hunting, I wanted to have an option that we could use on the river where we fish at, but then also locally in some creeks. And one of the things that is popular to do just before spring hits in my area is to shad fish. And it's something that, you know, we've got a local vessel wrapped around it. It's something I wanted to start doing. And so I had in my mind we were going to get a boat next duck season, but I carried my Hells Bay into these little creeks trying to shad fish. I just decided that probably wasn't the best place to be using my Hells Bay. So I had my eye on the Tracker Prairie Wings or the Marsh Edition, and I went and looked, and I decided that the Prairie Wings is probably going to be the best option for us. These boats come with, you know, lots of different options and choices that you can get on them. I went super simple. I wanted a boat that we could limb-line catfish, cut up, you know, cut bait, and I not worry about a thing. I've got the like EVA foam mat in my other two boats. I did not want this one in this boat, even though it is an option. Bare bones metal. I went with the Prairie Wings. Prairie Wings is a 16-foot boat, and I think that's going to be perfect for us because I wanted it to be able to get in in some timber and do different things with it. So I'm excited. We're going to pick that up today. They're mounting me a trolling motor on the front of it, and then tomorrow afternoon, my parents, myself, and Larkin are taking the RV to the little boat landing that we're a member of, and we're going to camp out. We're going to go limb-line for catfish, and Dad and Larkin and I are going to go shad fishing, and then, you know, call it a day on Saturday morning. I'm excited about this because my dad is not an outdoors guy. He does not do it, doesn't know how to do it. So to go do this and spend some time together is important. I don't do it enough. My parents live a few miles down the road, and you know, if I see them once every 2 weeks, I'm doing good, and I'm ashamed of that. So I'm trying to incorporate Dad into things that we enjoy doing. Also because I want him to see Larkin. I want him to, you know, experience Larkin's personality and see what he's capable of and be proud of him. But also, you know, the thing is to build these memories because Dad's, you know, got more years behind him than he's got ahead of him. And I want Larkin to be able to look back and remember some of these times. And hopefully it'll be inspiration for him down the road to do the same things with his children and want to share these memories and relive it. So we're headed there to pick up the boat. Then we got a really busy day, but looking forward to the weekend. Roll.
So this is the Tracker Prairie Wings Edition. This model can come stock with just it's like an olive drab green. This has the shadow grass pattern on it. It does come in like kind of a wood pattern. And then you can do the flooring, but this is the standard camo pattern without any flooring added. All right, so going over some features of this boat. Once again, this thing doesn't have like a crazy amount of bells and whistles. I did mount a trolling motor on a quick release bracket. So, you know, in the duck season and that kind of thing, we're not bound to having that in the way. The cool thing that Tracker did is it's pre-wired for the trolling motor, but they have these access panels here in the middle and to the right. And what you have is some pre-wired pigtails in there to add accessories. So that's gonna make it really easy when I go to mount my LED lights later this evening. Now, there's also these spud holes. There's one in all four corners of the boat, so you can kind of pitch a spike down there and get stationary. As far as the bow of this boat goes, there's there's not much storage other than this compartment here. And it is a large compartment, but for me, I've got the trolling motor battery going to be in there and my safety gear, and there's not much left after that. That's why I'm really going to utilize that Yeti loadout box. There is a pedestal right there, and you do have the VersaTrack system here lining the sides. The boat has these D-rings in the VersaTrack system that you can strap stuff to. My honest goal, because there's no cleats on this boat, I'm planning on using, I got me some bow lines that have a carabiner on it. So I'm just gonna hook bow line when I need it to here, and I'll figure out where the best place to put it is. There's D-rings lining the side of this boat, so you can strap down decoys or anything for that matter that is needed to stay stationary. That is your rear navigation light there. I spoke earlier about pre-wired. So we have a switch panel here that has the nav lights, the bilge, and then 3 accessories. There's pre-wiring for 2 accessories up front, 1 accessory in the rear. There is a 12-volt plug right there also. So I'm gonna run my LED lights off of that, and then I'll probably just keep a couple extra. Fuel tank is under the seating area here. Right here in the back corner is where your rear nav light goes. You have an access port here. You have a little snap that you can lock it down if need be. Down in here, you have some expanded metal that keeps any large debris from ultimately getting down into the bilge area. Extra space here. I'm probably going to put a backup fuel jug here, cranking battery, or I guess you can call that the house battery also. I am probably going to swap this out to a LBP dual purpose lithium battery. One thing I like about that dual purpose is it has a 25% reserve in it. So if you ever, for some reason, run out of power, you can hit that button and you're going to get cranked up and head home. Now, with this, you know, a lot of water can get out of here and evacuate quickly. One of the cool things Tracker did was they put a 2-inch drain plug here. This is just your common PVC from the store if you ever need to replace it. And that way, when you're flushing out mud and stuff, it really has a way to get out of there and get out of there quickly. An option that I thought, although I wanted to be very, very minimum on this build out, one thing that was important to me was to have this kickback plate. In the creek, lots of stumps, and I wanted it to be able to add me a little bit of layer of safety. Otherwise, I didn't go with any of the interior flooring because I want to be able to cut fish up on the deck. I want to be able to beat stuff up. This is my boat to use and abuse. Now, also, the Marsh edition of their boat is 17 foot instead of 16 foot like this one. It does have some cool little storage compartments here. It has another storage compartment up front that also can be used as a recessed trolling motor foot pedal area. But for me, how I'm using this boat, this is going to be the perfect minimalistic layout for me. So right here, we've got the 50 horsepower Mercury. A couple cool features that I think really matter for this is right here, you have a troll control. And so when you're in gear, you can adjust the RPMs to adjust your idle for how fast you're going when you're trolling. So that's kind of a cool feature. The throttles here, there is a tension knob that allows you to adjust the resistance of this throttle. Of course, your gear shift, key crank here, no choke, all electric. So it should be pretty reliable and be a really good fit for what we're doing. This is one of those spud holes in the back step. So the hole does have some step ups in the rear. One of the other options you can do is upgrade the trailer. This is just a coated, and now this trailer is not just painted. There's a durable coating on this trailer. You have your tie down access, you have your bunk guidance here. Once again, for me, I didn't need anything. I wanted a bare bones boat that I didn't have to pay arm and leg for, and I didn't mind abusing, knowing how I was going to use it. All right, y'all, so that was the boat. We're going to add a few more things to it tonight, get the lights hooked up so we can get it ready for catfishing, give it a run this weekend, and then we're going to do a follow-up video, first impressions,
letting you know how we like what we did, maybe what we need to do different, maybe what we wish they would do different. Either way, the Tracker Prairie Wings Edition is a great boat at a really great value. Tracker did a great job with this one. There's plenty of ways to rig it out and to make it your own through factory options and other things that you can add. We'll look forward to trying it out, and we'll follow up with you guys and let you know what we think in a future video.